So this is my first nugget of joy that I've done since my mom died on April 10th. And I think with dealing with all of that and all the emotions, I'm still working through one thing, and that's become really clear to me, is just how finite this life really is. In Ecclesiastes, this teacher says that, meaningless, everything's utterly meaningless. And a better translation is vapor, because what this wise teacher is getting at is that everything in life is like vapor. It's here and then it's just gone. And I think with sitting with that, I've looked back at scriptures where Jesus talks about us getting the log out of our own eye before we get the speck out of someone else's. And I think a lot of times as Christians, we feel that we have enough time in this life to dissect the log well enough from our eye, and then we get in this high and mighty position and we try to tell others what to do about their speck. And I think with how finite this life is, one thing I've realized is I think us getting the log out of our own eye is a whole of life process. It's something that we never completely get done with. And it's something that is never perfect. It's going to leave its scars. We're going to have the little, shards and a little splinter come out here and there and scrape us in different places. And our tendency can be to hide it, to hide our brokenness. But I really think that what God wants us to do is not hide our brokenness. Let God come in and help us in our brokenness. Kind of be like a kintsugi Japanese artists, where they get old pottery and old stuff that's broken, and then they put it back together and they put it back with this gold to make the broken pieces look beautiful. And I think that's what God does for us when we don't hide our brokenness. But we have to be willing to be vulnerable, willing to let God in. And I think as we're getting the log out of our own eye, as we realize this is a whole of life process, that we're never going to have enough time here to be completely perfect, to get rid of all of our flaws and our brokenness, it allows us to be humble. So then when we see the speck in someone else's eyes, instead of judging, instead of condemning, there's this empathy. There's this humility, knowing that we're all broken. I know when it came with deciding what to do with my mom's end of life, and all the family involved, there was a mixture of emotions, and there was a range of opinions, a range of ideas and thoughts and ways to do things. And I know that in that moment, I had to kind of look at how we're meant to be humble. We're all broken. In that situation, every person in those conversations was a broken human hurting with the death of a loved one. And we were all trying to do our best to figure out the best steps forward. And because I think everyone in that conversation was doing that, we were able to come together as a family unit, able to honor my mom and do a beautiful celebration of life. And since getting back to Australia and getting back into life, back into work, back into all the things, it's now been, 3 or 4 weeks. I've had my first Mother's Day without my mom. It's been really hard. But within that, it's really shown me the value in realizing that I'm broken just like everyone else. And to have this humility, to realize that this becoming better and bettering myself and being a better human being is going to be an all of life process, and there's never going to be enough time here in this finite life to get everything right. So I can walk around with a little bit of humble pie in my pocket. And I think that helps me, and it can help us be a better human, help us connect to others in this life. Because when we don't hide our brokenness, when we don't act like it's not there, it allows God to come in, to piece us back together with gold, to make our brokenness shine like never before and bring us together. So are you willing to let God do that for you?